Welcome everyone. I'm Sapna Srivastava, editor for Realty Plus magazine, and today I have with me Alastair Stubbs, country director for India for Humanscale, which is a globally renowned and world-leading designer and manufacturer of high-performance ergonomic products. Alastair, first of all, it's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you very much.
And as we were just talking, you have more than 38 years of experience.
37 years.
37 years of experience in office interior segment, 17 years in India. And I have also heard that you are on a mission to build ergonomic India.
Absolutely, yes.
So tell us about that.
Yes, well, in fact, so 17 years ago, the London office sent me out sent a load of us out to different parts of the world. I happened to be the lucky one that landed up in India. And I was meant to do 2 years, 17 years later, I'm still here. And it's been an incredible journey, as we say, incredible India. And we're in the process of all that time educating architects, designers, project managers, end users, to help them understand ergonomics so that they can implement that into their designs, so that as we move forward in the future, people can work in a much more healthy, posture supportive way, which we know today obviously leads to comfort and productivity, and so extra focus from individuals as well. So it really does make a difference for businesses when they do invest in ergonomics, and there is data out there that does say there's a good return on investment. So yeah, that's our message, Ergonomic India.
Fantastic.
And,
fantastic. We will talk about the return on good products later. But first of all, you've seen over a decade how things have changed, especially in India. How is the demand evolving? Is there a awareness? As you said, you're creating that awareness for ergonomics. As we were talking about price sensitivity, so how the demand is evolving in the Indian market?
Yeah, well, I think India's meteoric rise as a global business and innovation hub has, as you know, has driven a mass amount of GCCs coming to India, and so because of that, there's obviously now very much an appetite for ergonomic furniture. So we're now looking at things that have become standard now are things like height adjustable desks, self-adjusting chairs, monitor arms, so as to right size the environment for these individuals. And of course, multinationals are now going beyond just supportive roles here in India. They're now high value roles of R&D, engineering, product development, strategic leadership, and so because of that, there's an extra need for ergonomics, and there's to obviously support performance and also to replicate a world-class working environment.
Correct. Very rightly said. With all these international brands, international companies coming in, most lately R&D centers and GCCs, as you said, Google recently have taken up such a huge space. Apart from that, this is what is creating, because they already know what ergonomic furniture can do for their employees. Also, we are now in a hybrid way of working, which is here to stay.
Yeah.
Does that also had impact in the way we are designing our workspaces? Hot desking, which was sometimes just a small part of a organization, now it's becoming bigger. What is the impact of hybrid culture you're seeing on the workspaces?
Well, it's a massive impact. I mean, and also because of the hybrid culture, of course, the sort of division between the boundaries of office and remote working or home working have become very blurred. So I think companies now know that they need to invest more in comfort and well-being for their employees. And I think this isn't just physical. This is mental as well.
True.
So in fact, we've now got things like little pods that for neurodivergent people and people like that, they can come in, they can end up sort of escaping to be in a forest for 10 minutes and virtual reality, that kind of thing. So that's quite exciting. So we're very much looking after people's mental well-being as well. But I think in terms of how the office has changed, obviously gone are the fixed desk layouts now. Everything is about flexibility, and I think that, you know, the designers and architects, when they're planning, it's all about adaptable furniture, adaptable change, and of course actually creating an environment for communication. So lots of collaboration, as well as then having the quiet areas for focus. So so an office is all things to all people now, and we're now even creating things like collision zones and stuff like that, so that people bump into each other and have an impromptu meeting over a coffee or whatever else. So I think the communication has gone up sort of, I don't know, probably 100-fold within an office compared to the days when I was growing up. And
no more cubicles.
So no more cubicles and all that kind of thing. But there is, at the same time, there is issues with that as well, because if you don't end up employing an ergonomics program, if you imagine that you don't own your own desk and you don't own your own chair, when you come in, if I've been working before you, and I'm obviously 6'3" and probably heavier as well, I've set up my workstation for me. When you come in and sit at my workstation, you have to set up the workstation for you.
Correct.
But how many people do that? How many people know how to do that? And so because of that, that's where the issue of, or that's where ergonomics is needed. And so, very interestingly, I think I had a situation going back a few months ago. We had almost the globe's most eminent ergonomist in Mumbai. He was in town, and we
Alan,
Alan Hedge.
Alan Hedge. We had a nice chit chat with Alan as well. Yeah.
So and he gave a talk in here in Mumbai, and it was interesting because everybody in the room, which was mainly project managers, architects and designers, as well as end users, admitted that they knew nothing about ergonomics. And which was obviously demoralising for me, because I've been telling them about ergonomics for the last almost 2 decades. So that obviously had fallen upon deaf ears. But I think because ergonomics, the word, kind of became really, really big in the 1980s, everybody came out with a new ergonomic chair, desk, light, whatever it was. And because nobody looked up the definition of ergonomics, everybody just believed it to be ergonomic. While as when you look upon an office chair, if something isn't easy to use, it is not ergonomic. How many office chairs have you sat on that you don't know how to use? So many knobs, levers and tension controls, so they're not ergonomic. And the other definition for ergonomics with regards to products is that it has to provide freedom of movement. So again, if an office chair is locked and it doesn't move, it's not ergonomic.
So not only in function, but also in terms of being user friendly. So
yes, completely. So I think, you know, everything has to be intuitive. So if you go to use something, you shouldn't have to end up thinking, I need to undo this, I need to tighten that up, I need to change this lock, I need to lean forward in order to get my weight off so that the mechanism works. You should be able to come into work, sit down, the chair weigh you, adjust to your body weight, the desk with just a couple of movements of height adjustment.
You're done.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And a monitor arm, which will then obviously improve your posture, because it will keep your head up at 180 degrees to the screen, and actually the rest of your body follows suit.
Right. That also you spoke about flexibility and collaboration in workspaces, which is happening now. Another big trend that we are seeing is experience. Now people want to have experience, wellness, sustainability. These are the buzzwords these days.
Yeah.
How does, and as a lot of global heads of a lot of companies say that also what you mentioned is, the revenue for the company, it increases productivity, increases retaining your talent, because if they see my company is investing in wellness for me, so they become more loyal to the company.
Yes, yeah, indeed.
So how does this entire ergonomics fits into the trend of experience, sustainability, wellness, productivity? for the employees?
That's quite a question. I think, first and foremost, I think the core has to be sustainability. Okay, because at the end of the day, we all know what's going on in the planet, and it's important that with sustainability comes also not using red list chemicals, so that we don't have off-gassing of products like formaldehyde and things like that in the office. Okay. So the first thing is to create a healthy environment for the human being. We're now doing that with biophilia as well. So we've actually got green walls that then filter the air, so that the air within the building becomes healthier for people to breathe. We've now got lighting systems that are linked up to AI to imitate circadian rhythms. So the wellness part, I think we're doing pretty well actually in trying to sort of cover every different area of human beings, really, because let's face it, we have a lot of people with ADHD and things like that these days as well, and they need areas that they can escape to quiet, relax, and as I mentioned earlier, maybe to experience the sea or the rainforest for a little bit, so as to be able to sort of readjust and take restock of themselves. So I think the sustainability to a certain degree comes first, then comes the ergonomics after that. And I think by companies supplying products that are fully flexible and adjustable for individuals without their need for too much thought is obviously the way to go in terms of keeping people healthy. The key to health is movement. If you don't move, you become very unhealthy. Yeah. And I think we've all read all the information that sitting still is the new smoking and all that kind of thing. If you do both, you're doubly at it. But I think that's an important thing. And I think if we all keep that in our minds, we need to keep moving. And for people making decisions on buying office furniture, that should be paramount in their thought. Have things that allow for freedom of movement. So if you're buying office chairs that are locked and don't move, it doesn't matter how much more money you spend on the environment, you're not winning. So because you're going to have too many people, they're going to have too many sort of posture-related problems. Yeah, correct.
Which people say it's a corporate disease these days.
Yes, and let's remember that ergonomics is a science of prevention, not cure. So we have to make... I had a conversation with a client recently, and they said most of our workforce are in their 20s and 30s, so we don't need to supply ergonomics.
Oh my God.
And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, because by the time they're 40, when they then start feeling problems within their body, they've left us. I said, but the problem is, the damage is already done.
It starts
and
now.
The damage happened with you.
Yeah.
So, and this is a reality, unfortunately.
Right. So, what are your, like you mentioned, there is still a lot of awareness to be created. What are your plans for India? Are you looking at a local manufacturing? Are you looking at expanding your retail footprint? Maybe foraying in the, as you mentioned now, GCC's R&D centers are going into tier 2, tier 3 cities.
Yeah.
So, any plans to, introduce these products there? Or what are the, key initiatives now?
Yeah, I think that our main focus is really our commitment to the Indian market. Okay, so that means expanding our production. It means that our main top products from our seating ranges and our monitor arm ranges are manufactured here now. And obviously that will only increase over time. I think more and more product will end up being produced in India. And actually, I think with the way things have gone with China and things, India could well become a bit of a hub where things then move out from there, depending on tariffs, etc.
Of course.
But I think we are very much committed to the cause. We're investing heavily into India. We have a great partner who we've had for many years, SQ Ergonomics, and we will continue to work with them. We're now expanding Humanscale directly as well in terms of sales personnel. So I think we see India as probably one of our most important markets. So it's where all the focus is going to be over the next few years. So we're super excited about that. we're also looking forward to spreading the word and educating, as I mentioned earlier, the architects, the designers, the project managers, the end users, so that hopefully ergonomics can be embedded into the actual raw design of future projects right across India. Not just the tier 1 cities, but so that we can try and make sure there's awareness throughout the whole country.
Yeah, fantastic. So now that manufacturing is happening, I think, as you mentioned, the servicing and the product lineup for even, you can go deeper into the markets in India.
Yeah. And I think it's a great thing, in terms of what Modi's done, in terms of, made in India, has been a really, really great thing, because it's spurred people on to make sure that they do something about this quickly.
Correct.
And now we have timelines for BIS certification and things like that. So we're all working very, very hard to localize ourselves.
Yeah. And with this China +1 policy, now all the action is happening here. So that's also good. Let's talk about the ergonomic everywhere, the product line that you are showcasing.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So ergonomics should go across every single mode of work. And so we've realized that we need to be, as we were and are the pioneers of workplace ergonomics, we need to make sure that we show the way. And so we've got a collection of products here and solutions at Orgatech, this first Orgatech in India, which is fantastic, by the way. And so we've got furniture for meeting rooms, huddle rooms, collaboration spaces, as well as workstation chairs as well, monitor arms, etc. So we're showing our usual everyday tools and some of the things that are new that we've brought out. We're also looking to do a bit more in terms of the home office and that kind of thing as well. So literally wherever work happens, Humanscale is making sure that we improve that. And we improve the performance for individuals.
Fantastic. So not only office, but even if you have home office, you can still make it as ergonomic for you as
I said earlier, the boundaries have blurred completely now, and a lot of people are still maybe doing 2 days at home, 3 days in the office, or vice versa. So it's important, and we found out through COVID that people need just as good a setup at home as they do in the office.
Right.
So that's very important. No sitting on the sofa for 6 hours with your laptop.
That's great. You spoke about ergonomics, you spoke about the Indian market, you spoke about the new trends that are happening, and how ergonomic can be a big motivator for any company if they want to increase their productivity, if they want to retain their workforce. Still a lot of awareness, as you mentioned, is required.
Definitely.
And still a lot of, I think, market to capture here in India. As you mentioned, it's growing
huge
abundantly.
Amount of market to capture. Yes.
Great. Any closing thoughts that you would like to share with us?
Closing thoughts from a personal perspective. I've absolutely been blessed to have spent so many years here in this wonderful country. So that's number one. Number two is that the ergonomics journey in India has been an absolute blast from the point of view that I've had so much fun and met so many wonderful people, and it's great to see that we're getting somewhere with that message. And I think that the final thought is the fact that we're going to continue working as hard as we can, expanding and investing into India as much as we can. And let's face it, India is the rock star of the global economy, and we want to very much be at the forefront of that, and to make sure that India develops in the way that it should do, and better than other countries have done. And let's hope the message of sustainability and ergonomics really takes off.
Fantastic. I think you have a first mover advantage in Indian market, which, as you said, is rockstar these days, the way the economy is growing. But thank you, Alastair, for being here with us and sharing your time as well. You're a busy man, I know, and sharing those very interesting insights on how Indian workplaces are evolving, and I think evolving for good.
Absolutely. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.